Interstate 85, which is taking us north back up to Virginia and then heading home. And we found this place, Old Town Junction. The main entrance is up there. Antique store thing. Looks like it's still there. Oh yeah, you can see the bikes and stuff, so that's the main entrance. But it is in this shopping centre, which, you know, for the rest of it is completely dead. So there's like a, I don't know, what does that say? Maybe a plant nursery over there, which has gone bust. And that whole section over there goes right around the corner, is completely shut down and dead, and it looks like it's been out of business for a long time. So I think this area has been hit fairly hard by economic downturn of 2020 and probably a recession that was leading up to that before, you know, the virus BS.
And we're still in Georgia.
We're still in Georgia, yeah. So let's go and have a look at Old Town Junction. Come on. Yeah, they make new stuff, but in the old style.
But those Coca Cola bottles are...
Yeah, they look genuine. I think it's probably a mixture of...
Oh, look at this one. Olympics.
Yeah, from what
this
year?
This is, it should be 1996, the
Crazy.
Atlanta Olympic Games.
Of course, Atlanta.
Or is that? No, 1980. Is it 1980 or 19...
No, you got me.
96. I have to check. Look, Fiona, I think you might like that. That looks really, really beautiful. A table like that with a cake, like a little cake and flowers. Pretty. These signs are quite cool.
Yeah, the reproduction.
Are they?
Yeah, they're just made to look old. See, look, this is all new stuff, look. See?
Oh, yeah.
But
they're nice reproduction.
Oh, they're really nice, yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, to have something like that in your man cave or in a games room, would be lovely. It's up on the wall. A large 32-ounce Coke bottle. You don't see them anywhere anymore. Amazing. What's the price on that? $15. I mean, that's reasonable. No way, look. This is what Mum used to sit under at the hairdressers. No bullshit. That would hang over her head. They'd put her head in there and she would dry. You know, her hair would dry.
Yeah, I think they used to have like what do you call it? Like a permanent...
A perm?
A perm hair.
Oh, anything.
I think they might still use them in
$180, that's cheap. So they are...
hairdressers, salons.
Yeah. I mean, well, they don't, not these days.
Remember when we went to Maine and we walked in that the guy sold a similar thing to Australia?
Yeah, for thousands of dollars. And then it cost her thousands to get shipped over. It was like ridiculous. But, you know, she had a hair salon in this small town somewhere and she wanted a piece that would be to attract people but also, you know, to talk about, and that was it. And look, I mean, that's for $180, that's so cheap.
I really love an idea of a frame on a wall like that.
But it also works really well on a wall that's made of timber or something, you know what I mean?
Or bricks.
Yeah, exactly. But like something like that on
nice.
a modern white wall would get lost. Imagine if that was just hanging on that, it'd look stupid. So this is one of those formats, antique store format, which is we've seen in a few towns now. Somebody gets the idea of renting this massive, massive space, and then they create little booths for, like, I guess the equivalent of what some people call pop-up shops. But these are local people who have antiques at home, or they know where to find stuff, and then they come to a place like this. They'll rent out an area like this and then they'll stock it with their stuff. The cool thing about this is each area is owned by a different person. The prices always are really good because those individuals stall holders, they don't have rent to pay. They just get a commission taken out of whatever is sold here. So the prices are very good. And then you get things like this, where this whole booth is owned by someone who's obviously got a lot of stuff or access to a lot of stuff, and they do stuff like this, you know, discounts, 25% off. So, for example, these things are in really big demand, you know, for modern houses, sort of that industrial look at home, or even if you've got a cafe or you're setting up a business. So $35, which is a reasonable price, but 25% off that means that that's down to like $28.
And what is it?
It's a lampshade. So a light would hang down here. This would hang from the inside of a, you know, it used to be in a factory or something, because this was kind of industrial. But now the trend is to bring industrial things into your home. And like bigger ones like this, you used to hang over gas stations, either the petrol pumps, and even, you know, much bigger ones. But, you know, the thing is, you could say, well, look, I want to get all 4 of them, 25% off. Maybe we do a deal and you get it even cheaper.
Oh, look, meat minces.
Yeah, aren't they great?
Well, I don't know. I grew up with using one of these. So to me, they're not vintage. To me, they're like
there's stuff
part of my childhood.
People probably still use in certain villages. Well, the thing is that they are still useful. And in small villages, you don't have a supermarket where you can go down and buy ready minced meat. You would be, you know, shooting a deer. The husband brings home a deer. He butcher. No, but you butcher it up, and then you pull out certain chunks of it which you want to turn into mincemeat, and you know, you would make your own mincemeat. So I've just found a booth that a mate of mine would really love, because he's an avid collector and reseller himself. Look.
Records.
Yeah. Old LPs. And even those cool music posters. Look at these.
Look, Bee Gees.
I know, can you imagine? The Bee Gees in concert with the new star Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins went on to become a very, very big name in the US country music scene. Look, 1977, that's brilliant. And look at this, another one. So that's a poster of the Bee Gees. This one is of Cream. Cream was a British band coming to the US, and they're playing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Spectrum is another awesome band from that era. It's a little water sprayer, and it just needs a bit of lubrication, but it, you know, does pump up and down, so it'll spray liquid out here. And you know, it's the kind of thing that they might have used in a hairdresser, for example, when the men clipping your hair, they would wet your hair, dampen your hair first by spraying this on your hair with water. Or you can also use it for putting water in and spraying, giving your plants at home a misting.
How much is it?
$7.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, it's got the brand underneath there says it was manufactured in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh,
yes.
nice
little memento.
Yeah.
Old timber panelled door, which used to be a door to a cellar or something like that. It's at home. Next time we are at home, I'll take a picture. I'll show you, bring it out and show you. So I got that for, you know, really quite cheap. The idea is to put some industrial style legs underneath it to turn it into an old table. So repurpose the old antique timber door as a table. And I looked at a few leg options. I couldn't really find anything that I liked. And then another idea that I saw, which I really liked, was using the base for old Singer sewing machines like these. So if you could imagine, this here, that there, and then the table leg at the top, the table, the door at the top as the tabletop. And so you could have a position here, position there, and a couple here. Obviously you wouldn't be able to sit here, you'd bang your legs, unless the table, there was a fair bit of overhang. But I think the door is probably only about that wide. But still, that's, you know, like a
That's
really
a nice
cool
idea, yeah.
It's a great idea. And these things are fairly cheap. I mean, that's $100. If you said you wanted to take both of them, you might be able to get them for like $150 for both. Yeah? I'm of that age where I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and in Australia, one of the things I remember around the house, all the time, Mum was very strict about, you guys can't play with this because it's dangerous. What is this thing? So basically, she used to fill this full of some stuff. I guess you would buy like fly repellent or insect repellent in a liquid form. And then they would put it into this at home. Everybody had these at home. And then where the bugs were in the house, you just walked around and you were spraying this, and it would spray a mist of insecticide. I mean, can you imagine? We all probably breathed a lot of this stuff in the old days. But yeah. Oh, there's a pest.
I found in an antique store a green coronavirus.
Little wall shelf thing. It's quite nice. It's not that old, but I like the design, chunky, heavy industrial stuff. So you hang it on the wall. It's got two little brackets there, and then I guess you could put little things in, like maybe a little candle, tea light candles. But I like the idea of these kind of things turned around that way with a hole in the top, and they would take out some of these. So basically, as you're drinking bottles of wine, you take your cork out, and maybe if you want to go that far, you could put the date on it or whatever. Otherwise, just take your cork out, and as you get your cork, instead of throwing your cork away, drop it in here, and then it eventually fills up, and you could put like champagne corks in there, and you could go, oh yeah, remember that bottle of champagne we had for your birthday, blah, blah, blah. One of the advantages of being tall is that a lot of advantages, but one of them is that you see stuff that other people generally don't see. So when you walk around, people generally tend to do this, or maybe they do a little bit of that, but they don't often do that. Well, I just did that, and I found this lovely old microphone. A Static. It's a very well-known and respected microphone manufacturer from America, and they were like from around the 50s and 60s. So they did a lot of the early radio station microphones. And this is one that's got a button, that bar on the side, you squeeze that at the top, and you squeeze it to talk, and then when you finish talking, you let it go. So it transmits when you've got that squeezed, and when you stop squeezing, it stops transmitting. And I think I can probably get about $100 for it.
How much are you getting? How about?
30.
Okay.
$30.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner, Ross?
Homemade pasta.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to make up a dough, roll it into long flat sheets, and then hit it with this bad boy, and then make out long strips of pasta. But I won't be able to do that until
$24.
won't be able to do that until I finish my ironing for the week. Lovely. Oh, it's not Gibson. Oh look, Maestro by Gibson. So it's like an SG copy electric guitar, but it's one of the budget brand electric guitars. Still not bad. In a lovely case. Looks like it's been looked after fairly well.
Yes, I just spotted a lovely little box for jewelry. Check this one out. And this is for the jewelry, and it's Wedgwood, Venice Wedgwood, and look at that, $5. Excellent. Well, this is coming home with me, and it's a lovely present for my sister. And look at this lovely spode cup and saucer. I think it's coming home with me as well. It's $7. I think I love it.
Oh, that was a very successful little shopping trip.
Such a lovely little shop.
Yeah, and Masha picked up a nice Wedgwood piece, and also a little cup and saucer set for herself. I got a lovely water sprayer, which will either live in our bathroom or for our plants. I haven't decided yet. And the microphone. Oh my gosh.
Bye.